Got one back. All righty. Let me get the invite up. And paste it. All right. Oh, what's going on with YouTube? Now it's not shooting to YouTube. Let's sigh, but that's okay. I don't usually have anybody join us from YouTube anyway. All righty. So it is very busy over here tonight. So I'll probably have to mute myself a bunch when other people come on. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. But hopefully we'll have some people join us for the party. And I can barely hear myself over all the chatter. But you know what? They're all having a good time painting. So, and it looks like, oh man, my internet. Oh, there we go. It's getting a little better. Man, I'm just having all kinds of technical difficulties today. This is awesome. Oh, there we go. All right. Internet stopped flagging. However, I don't know that there's anything I can do about the people talking tonight. So hopefully once I get somebody to join in with me, I won't hear them as much, but yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about it. Nope, never mind. And then can we see? There we go. All righty. So I got some things put together. I got plenty of things I can paint. I got 3 new gangers from my Necromunda team I can work on. First, I want to put together this war boss, though. And we'll work more on the Incarn. So that's my plan for the night. Again, assuming people show up. If not, I go home. I got 15 minutes. So, anyway, let's. I guess I'll start working on this giant war boss. This boy's huge. I love him. I love this axe. Look at that thing. All right. All right, so we need 2 and 7.
Passing around to everybody today. Pretty much. It's going to end up being a tradition. No, I got purple paint up there.
2 and 7 right here.
You're a child.
You don't need a date.
So are you.
So are you.
I never said otherwise.
Exactly.
All right, we got a Perkins and Brian. Cow, just like that.
2 people at the same time?
Yep.
Well, hello.
Well, hello.
How is everybody doing this fine, fabulous evening?
Meh.
Meh?
Well, like I was running late and I actually got here on time. Like
were?
I was.
No.
Right? But I actually got here in plenty of time, but then I forgot that we had a whole internet issue earlier this week, and I had to reconnect my whole computer to the internet. And that's what made us late starting, and then it is super busy over here tonight.
Oh my.
Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 to 8 people painting over here.
That's awesome.
It's night. That's going to be across the room. Yeah, then we got EDH night across the room and a couple 40K games happening. So,
you know, the camera starts working, you could live share what those guys were painting too.
Yeah. Or they could just join us.
They could. You need to make sure that they all have laptops over there, some computer stations to go paint to.
I am not providing that service.
Everybody starts their own streaming service out of the show.
I mean, if they want to bring their stuff, they're welcome to, but I am not giving them all computers. All right. What y'all working
So
on
what's
tonight?
going on tonight? What are we painting? Okay. I'm still working on this gaggle of flares to bring over there for the team for this month.
Gotcha.
And the dragon's about wrapped up. I got to touch up some eyes and then work on their bases. But I know, Michael, what are you working on?
I'm gonna finish painting this Tyrannofax. I was doing magnets for the Tyranid Warriors, but I think I'd rather paint.
You'll have to teach me how to do that, man. That's something pretty cool.
What, the magnets?
Yeah. We'll have to take a day and go over there to the shop.
Just take a drill and then you put magnets in the hole.
Now, do you glue them? Just slide them in there? What do we?
I don't know. For me, glue doesn't really hold all the time. I use some of the green stuff.
Yeah,
to hold the magnets in there.
I've had a couple times where I've had the perfect tight fit that you don't need glue, but because it is
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but because of it's magnetized, if it's not secured, then the magnet's just gonna stick to the other magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it pops out, and then there's nothing left in there.
Pretty much.
And your arm falls off.
Mm-hmm.
But no, seriously, I need to figure out how to do that for some of these figures. I'm tired of throwing away the arms and legs and not having pieces. Well, not throwing them away, but not really having purpose for them.
Oh, just make a custom model out of all the spare parts.
That's true.
You also
Call it glue guy. All glued together and put it.
made this. And also, before
So,
you build
JD,
it,
what
kind
are
of
you
looks like a
painting?
cup.
I am not
When
painting.
you flip it over.
What are you
Hold on.
building?
I am building a war boss for my son's orc army.
And these are super cool. This is super cool. Ah, dang my finger.
Michael has young lady in the same age category as mine are,
Right.
and they sing in a choir together, and they do all this. They have a big performance coming up.
Oh yeah. Nice.
So that's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, I still gotta buy tickets for that. Hopefully they're not sold out yet.
See, every time I turn around, every time I turn around, it feels like there's something else being another show, another presentation, or another play at school. And I love them; they're great and all, but it seems like it's every day now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And they still make you buy the tickets even though you're paying them to be there.
Yes. That was one of the
That's kind of
discussions
annoying.
that I thought for sure they would, like the parents at least. Like the parents, and if you wanted to bring grandparents, I could see that being a extra ticket.
Right.
I kind of questioned that, but I don't question anything anymore after I got yelled at about the swimming stuff because I asked them about their leadership. So that got us kicked out of that swim team.
Nice.
As you can imagine, my words don't always come out nicely. I mean, they come out, but not like mean or angry. But for some reason, I had a spell where I was like, "This isn't really fair. Why are you guys acting like this?" And sure enough, I was Karen, and
I mean, if they couldn't work with you, that's kind of proves that they don't have good leadership to begin with.
I
There you go.
appreciate that. See, that's how you know somebody's looking out for you. But we're
Hey,
we
guys.
got Silver's here tonight too now.
Yep, we got a silver all of a sudden.
What, you
How
didn't
about
think I was
Greg and
going to
Will?
show up?
No.
Not this early.
Hey, I'm off on Wednesdays right now, so.
So
Good day to be off.
move to Thursdays. Got it.
Ha 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 ha.
Brian, you have a fan, by the way.
What's that?
I'm assuming a friend of yours.
Where we go? I didn't even have comments open yet. Let's see. Oh, it's Jackson. Voices. Oh yeah, thanks, Jackson. I know.
I'm just saying, not as sexy as that picture from the other day.
Dude, I'll tell you, that took a lot of effort.
I have no doubt.
That was a long time ago. No more will I ever give that kind of effort for anything. Ever. Nope, nothing.
You did. You got the glamour shots.
No, I used to do figure competitions, and I posted a picture from 11 years ago, and of course, I am now 100 pounds heavier than I was during that show, and I said I was cultivating mass. I have tacked on some weight.
Yeah, a few days earlier, you just posted that ice cream bucket on there.
That's right.
That's my celebrity. I'm trying to talk myself into going on a diet as I drink this pure Coca-Cola sitting out here. But
ice cream.
Yeah, see, too much ice creams. That's my issue. I mean, eating it right out of the gallon probably not good for you either.
Nah, probably not.
That's why you get my judgy wife coming out there with my kids pulling the ice cream back and taking it away. It's not every day I sit there with a gallon of ice cream. I think about it, though. Think about it.
Every other day. Oh, my God.
I sent
Dude,
my... Go ahead, JD.
Oh, I was just saying, I can't imagine the discipline and crap you went through to do that kind of,
I ate broccoli for about 2 months straight with just chicken and broccoli, and that's what it felt like all I ate for 2 solid months. And
wow.
Just after that, you kind of just...
What's wrong with that?
Well, that and still burning a couple thousand calories extra a day over what you're supposed to. It was a lot. Oh, here comes my first helper of the day.
Uh-huh.
I tried to have them go to the local game store here, and they were supposed to go and pull me up one of those big orc.
As much as you begged, it can't help.
Trying to get them to pull me. I was trying to get them to pick me up one of those local game store.
You're not a kid no more. You can't get what you want.
See, they had they had a big ogre there that I was highly interested in out of the Age of Sigmar set, and I thought for sure my family would surprise me with that tonight. And
Lo and behold, you nothing.
So, no, they didn't.
I got something to show you guys.
You think we would give you something and we left you empty-handed. You're at least glad you got miniatures.
See?
Good grief.
See, they love you.
No, I'm not on mute, but I can go on mute. Hold on.
Hey, JD.
Uh-huh.
Go to single screen for me for a minute, please, sir. Or make me the biggest one you got, whatever, how you do it.
There we go.
Oh. So, I'm doing a Gasland Warriors of the Wasteland thing on YouTube right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my two of my latest paint jobs are two polecats from the War Boys, which, believe it or not, well, let's see if I can get a bit working polecat.
Now, see, my family said they loved me, and they came back with nothing.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
My wife
So-
told them to tell me I could spend my own money. You know,
All right.
it's
So
not the
Sylvie,
same.
you had froze for a second. I didn't see any. I didn't see any
Sorry
swinging.
about that. You see him swinging now?
Okay, the one
Yeah.
on this side. Okay, no wonder the corner. I was on the wrong side.
Nice.
Working polecat.
Cool.
Oh.
Very cool.
No. Thank you.
So where's Mr. Gregory and Will tonight?
I don't know. Greg showed up a little bit later last week, so maybe he's eating or something. I hadn't heard from Will today, so don't know.
Tonight was going to be the night we're going to break the record.
The night is only 21 minutes old.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So what else exciting do we got going on now? There's got to be something where everybody's excited about coming up now.
Easter's Sunday. I bet your girls are excited about that.
Well, of course, they're going to be ravenous wolves for candy hidden in eggs.
They good.
Yep.
Won't be finding any eggs in my yard due to the fact that I didn't find
So
any.
you must be excited too, right?
Silver, they didn't bring me back a model. They were supposed to bring back a model a few minutes ago, and you know what I got told? I can go buy one with my own money. It's going to be a really disappointing day when that Easter bunny doesn't show up and there's a million eggs not hidden that night and all the chocolate's eaten in my bed.
No,
What are you doing?
no. You know what you need to do is you need to make sure that all the eggs contain ice cream the night before.
No, all melt.
Yep.
I tried really hard.
Be like, oh, the Easter Bunny brought you melted ice cream. That was sweet.
Dude, I mean, I had dinner ready for when they came home from school. They were ravenous. They ate. And then what do you get in return? Well, we're going to Target. They went to Target. They didn't come back from the local game store. I was really surprised.
For shame.
I know that if there was a helmet or a dome that you could put on
thought they were going to bring you something back from.
I really thought so, Silver. I really thought so. I was big. I was giving on the guilt trip pretty hard. I was throwing out guilt trip like it was my job.
Uh-huh.
We got a Grig.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Nothing, just living in the realm of disappointment.
Not because you showed up, Greg.
Oh, bye.
It's because my children didn't show up today, Greg. They had one job to do and they didn't show up to it.
You still haven't gotten your ice cream?
No,
They
they
don't-
did show up. They just
They
didn't
showed up to show me
with
what they
anything
bought
that
from
you
Target.
wanted.
Exactly, Silver.
Right.
I'm like a 5-year-old holding a grudge right now.
Like I said, they showed up, just not with what you wanted.
That's all that matters.
I can't stay angry. They're all cute, so
Oh, I can wait till they get older. You can absolutely stay angry at them for the pettiest of reasons. I promise.
No, I can see that coming. I'm just trying to keep the incriminating stuff of disappointment on their lives off of the internet, so that way when they do read this stuff and hear this stuff, like in 30 years, when they watch these videos and they're like, "Oh, Dad was so great. Look what he was doing on the night. Oh, let's watch this one." Dad's complaining about us failing him, not getting him more models. Episode 8.
Well, I can tell you that I played a board game with one of the twins and my wife, and they absolutely made me rage quit, and I dog cussed my 13-year-old twin, so that was fun.
Did you feel good about it when you were done?
I felt a little better, yeah.
Well, then good.
I mean, they targeted.
Wait a minute.
So they targeted me out of a game. Like, you play EDH, you know what getting hated out means.
Oh God, they were like teaming up on you out.
Yeah, in a Disney game.
So they were
Disney
basically Cataning you. Is like what I call it is when people team up on Catan because it's impossible to defeat a team in Catan.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I should have won. We played 2 games. I should have won 5 times. My son won both because Mama was like, "Oh, I'll have pity on my baby." I was like, "This is bullshit."
What do mommies know? They know nothing. They didn't even. They could have just been things. Made things so much better. They give you the W, and nope. And then they got to make everything more frustrating. And then I bet you when you got to bed, she was tired.
Nope.
Whoa.
Nope. I was really mad for a while.
or
That's
a headache. Or a headache.
Yeah, for real.
How can anybody have a headache 4 hours a day, 7 days a week? No.
Very simple. I suffer from migraines.
We're not laughing at your migraine.
Sure. That's the same.
Well, I mean, if you had to deal with JD,
I would throw out like it's a line. I would cast out for that bear.
Right?
Tasty treat. Anyway, so I'm not very good at shading.
get shade and put it on. You're done.
I lathered my guys in it with this strong tone, quick shade stuff, and it does help.
You're what's strong tone quick shade?
It's a quick shade used for the army painter.
Oh, okay.
It's a wash.
Gotcha.
It works really nice. I mean, it adds kind of like a glossy sheen to everybody.
Okay.
But then once it accents it, it makes it even harder to go back to touch it up. Because then it shows you where you actually are a good painter. And you're like, oh, I missed an arm. What was Greg working on tonight?
Do you not try to spread out the heavy spots of the wash?
I tried, but it wants to pull up pretty good.
That's what you use a dry brush for.
Oh. See, now I'm learning something. Let me try that.
Dad, do you know that's not under the camera?
Am I not?
No, you're not.
No.
You were definitely not under the camera.
Leave him alone. He's just trying to have fun. He's just trying to have fun.
Still kind of not under the camera.
Still not.
Dad,
I
did you
can't
know
even see my camera.
Did you know that you're bad at this, Dad? That's all I heard. That's all I heard.
Leave me alone.
Wow,
Right there.
that's just like
It's right there. Look, it's right there.
See, Silver,
So-
this is what we're
you
dealing
got
with.
your own critics right there with you.
It's right there.
Yeah.
So Michael, for the first, I don't know, Brian, would you say probably the first 2 months,
That looks
Oh my
super
God.
neat.
I'd be painting,
That looks super cool.
and then like I'd find myself, I've been painting for 5 minutes like this, and like just talking about what I'm doing real life, and then I look up and look at the camera and go, oh wow, you haven't seen anything I've done. Bring it back. Like it takes time for your muscle memory to get understood where you have your camera.
Daddy,
It's
Yeah.
funny.
I was dying. Like when you first started doing
you
it,
think you could do the same thing that you did?
you
You're
were
on top
kind of
of
all
these.
over the place, and you perfected it to just be in one
But it
place. That's
looks
pretty
so
hard.
cool. But
Yeah.
that looks so cool.
I like this guy.
Got it dancing in the camera.
The Warboss.
Wow.
But he's the War Boss's armor has a pintle mounted stubber, and it's adorable.
Yeah.
Num 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 num.
What the heck is that from?
40K. It's
Yeah,
a War Boss.
mhm.
It's a
I know
mega
that.
armor War Boss. Then it's a mega armor War Boss.
Oh,
It's
With
just
a-
a new model for the Mega Armored Warboss.
Yeah, but it has a
Oh.
Gretchen with a shoulder mounted stubber. It's amazing.
uh-huh.
All right. And for size comparison, here's a runt herd.
Right.
Here's my captain.
Your captain would still win that fight, though.
Oh, I'm sure. Because that captain's a badass.
I don't know. I kind of like to see the orc take that whatever kind of axe it was and bury it right in the center of that Space Wolf's head. But you guys know me.
That orc's
I
not going
don't
to
like
get
Space
anywhere
Wolves.
near Space Marines enough to actually deal damage to them.
I understand that.
Yeah. But that captain, I mean, he's got a
I
2 up,
understand that.
4 up, 4 up. That poor orc probably has what up. Well, he's in mega armor, so he's got a 2 up, but he's got
5
what, maybe
up.
a 5 up.
Maybe a 5-up.
Yeah.
I don't even think they're 5. I don't
That's-
even think their
that's-
Mega Armor
that's
gives them
one-
invulnerable
that's-
face.
That's the one thing. See, I don't know. I guess that's where I draw the line with 40K. Eldar, they don't have any kind of save because they're not wearing any type of armor. They get
Yeah, they
like
are.
a invuln if they're a character, maybe. Oh, have you
They're-
seen
You
the new
obviously-
thing about the wave
You
serpent?
obviously you haven't paid attention to the new rules then, have you?
I haven't seen any of the new rules. I'm just going by what I know.
Yeah,
Uh,
don't.
or
Everything's
what I
different
used
now.
to know.
Yeah, everything's
Okay.
different now.
But I saw something on Facebook a little earlier. Wave Serpent can carry 12 Eldari, whatever the hell they're called now. And a Wraith Construct takes up 2 infantry spots. Therefore,
Yeah, it doesn't work.
the guy came back and said, therefore, a Wave Serpent can carry 6 Wraith Knights because they are Wraith Constructs.
But they're not infantry.
It's in their
Correct.
keyword.
Yes, but infantry isn't. Infantry isn't.
Right,
And
right,
the way,
right.
the,
I
way
got
that it,
that.
the way that it reads, it says is it can hold 12 Eldari infantry models. Wraith constructs take 2.
Right.
So-
It says Wraith constructs take
Right.
up 2
Silver.
Eldari
Silver.
infantry spots.
Silver.
Yes. Yes.
Wraith Knights
Yes.
are not. They are not infantry. They are vehicles and or monster.
Right. I got that.
So it
I
cannot be
got
done.
that. I know that.
Then why are you even talking about this?
I understand that. I'm just because I thought it was funny that this person was doing that.
So you have to understand, Greg and I.
He said-
You have to understand, Greg and
Yeah.
I deal with people not thinking that's funny every day, so we don't think that's funny anymore.
Right.
because that would be a legit argument I would have to have with somebody.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, every day. Every day.
But
Not-
I'm also
y'all
not
were
without my own
there.
flaws. I did find out I was doing something wrong. So
You what?
I said I am not without my own flaws in terms of rules. I found out I was doing something wrong. So
Yeah, I saw that, but no big deal.
yeah, like it was actually, I was shortchanging myself.
Yeah.
Ah.
There's no way that between collectively you two that you don't know all of the rules to this game.
Yes, there absolutely is.
Sir Tyrannus hit this weekend. I haven't even read the previous Tyranid book.
Michael,
So-
is that the ones you just got?
Yeah, I pre-ordered it.
Here's why, Brian. Sure, we may know the rules, but we don't know all the things that break the rules or override those rules or countermand those rules or conflict with those rules, because every codec is different and has a different way to mess with the main rules. It's a pain in the ass.
I don't even know my own codex.
Uh-huh.
I am the rules.
No, that's Greg.
I am
Greg
the
is
rules.
Oh,
the
wow.
Look, I can sit at a table and tell JD whatever he's doing wrong while I have the codex in hand, but the moment you actually make me play a game, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yes.
Like, I
Uh-huh.
need JD sitting on the side with the Sisters Codex. Going, hey, Greg, you know you can do this, right? Hey, Greg.
Right?
Anybody
What
want
are
me to
you
go
putting
grab them a
together, Greg?
Coca-Cola? I'm going to get
I'm
one.
putting together sprues from starter sets of Chaos Space Marines that I got from trading my orcs.
Oh. Okie dokie. Hey, hot
Hoping-
diggity dang, it's uploaded more than 26%. Woohoo!
You must be uploading a YouTube video.
Do what?
Are you uploading a YouTube video?
Yeah. Yep, I'm uploading it. Have been all day. And then I got tired. I got tired of seeing it sitting at 26% for like 4 hours. I said, screw this. Cancel upload. Go back in. Redo everything. Upload. It's doing a whole heck of a lot better this time.
Nice.
Ah. Yeah. You seen the movie The Thing?
Yep.
Greg,
I have
you seen the
not.
movie The Thing?
I have not.
Jesus, man, you live a deprived life.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Has anybody on this stream besides me seen the movie The Thing?
Yeah.
We
I've
talked
even
about this.
played the video game too.
Yeah, I haven't played that, but I've seen all 3 movies. The original, John Carpenter's cult classic, the 1982 version, and then the 2011 version, the prequel. to John Carpenter. Well, anyway, so the scene where Doc is defibrillating Norris's chest, and the chest blows open, chews off the Doc. Chomp, 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 and the next thing you know, there's this little bitty crazy thingy Norris hanging from the ceiling, and Norris's body that's on the table's head pulls and rips off, hits the floor, and turns into a spider crab. Well, I'm uploading a video of me sculpting that spider crab head of Norris.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
How big is it?
Hold on, I'll show it to you. Let me grab it. It's gonna be a multi-part thing, because I just got the frame, mostly just got the frame sculpted. Oh, shoot, come back here, you. Let's see here.
I almost got my spine cut off.
You know,
I got-
as I
Hold on a
go
minute,
ahead,
I'll
Silver.
show them to you. I said, yeah, I'll go talk amongst yourselves. I'm looking for something here like that.
Anyway, as I get older, I notice that I say ooh and ah a lot more as I drink stuff and eat stuff. Like like emphasize it. Anybody else have that situation?
Yep.
Sometimes.
But have you noticed it? Like that you actually notice that you do it more? At what age do we start to like you're noticing you're like, oh, I bite into this burger and I'm like, oh my god, it's so good. I didn't used to do that. I just used to eat.
No,
It's
not
usually
according to that.
intentional.
Not according to that picture you showed. You didn't.
That's how I got my job, JD. I
What?
posed like that. I had a body like that, and then I got married, and then I had
Nice.
kids.
Oh, I mean, now you're actually starting to enjoy food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like where you eat it. Like, let's just use a cheeseburger that I ate for dinner tonight as a perfect example. I didn't have to go like 7 times, but I did, not just for myself, but also so that my wife could hear that how good it was. Does anybody else ever do that?
Was she not eating?
Oh, they were, but I don't think they could emphasize how. I don't think I could put it in words how good that burger really was.
Did you make it?
Yeah, of course. You know, when it comes to cooking, I am like gonna make things, and when it's that good, I let them know that like I am taking care of this household. I feed them; they have full bellies.
So you were fishing.
Yeah, I wanted them to be like, "Oh my god, it is so good!" And you know, you get out of them, you get a dirty plate, and then they're like, "Deuces."
And then they don't bring you ice cream
And they don't bring ice cream
or models
Or miniature?
or miniature.
Well,
Nothing.
let me put it this way: if you eat nothing but filet mignon all the time, and I know I prefer that, but whatever. Then eventually it just stops becoming, good. It's the norm.
So he's saying
it.
he's saying make them ramen tomorrow.
Right.
See, there's a great idea.
SpaghettiOs.
No home cooked spaghetti. It's going to be literal spaghetti-o. But they're good too, though. That's the problem. I'll make that sound with those too.
Yeah, you know what though?
With
Get
bread,
them
with that.
without meatballs. Come on,
Oh,
make
you
them
are
suffer.
ruthless.
Make them suffer. Yes.
Because you butter some bread and you just dip it into that bowl of spaghettios, like just. I mean, you just smash that bread into there and mop it up like it's a scooper, And oh my god, that's pretty good too.
But you're getting like we think it's tomato sauce. It's probably just straight ketchup.
Yeah, agreed on that. Yeah, we'll definitely agree on that. So now that I'm
No,
sitting
you know
here,
what you make them?
nope.
You make them SpaghettiO surprise.
Uh-oh.
This could go so many ways, but I'm ready. Go ahead.
I'm not look. I am not looking forward to this.
Oh, it's just,
All right.
it's
So
not
what's the
bad.
surprise?
At first, you had curiosity, but now you have my attention.
Now I want to know how to make it.
You give 'em- okay, you take 4 cans of SpaghettiOs, no meatballs. You put it in a pot, and then you take a package of Ritz crackers, crumble them up, and pour it on the top. Ta-da! SpaghettiO surprise.
You know
That actually doesn't sound that bad. It doesn't.
Either that, or you know what you get for dinner? A bowl of cereal, and not the good kinds.
Oh, see, no. That's a victory in this house. When they get to dodge the cereal, or when they get to dodge dinner for cereal, these clowns are rolling deep in like Captain
No.
Crunch.
I said, and not the good kind, not the kind they want. Like here's your Raisin Bran.
You argue with them. Like I've already went through I'll go through like 3 meals at dinner time, and then you're gonna be like, "What are you guys gonna eat?" They're like, "Not what you just cooked over the last 2 hours." And then I'll be like, "Well, then you're gonna be really hungry." 15 minutes later, I'll go do something, and I'll be coming back out there. There'll be the little one holding the bowl of cereal like it's Gollum taking its ring from Frodo, trying to take it to Mordor. I'm a little fired up today.
Yeah, it's okay.
You are.
Model back. They didn't bring a model back. I'm sitting over here. I'm running out of things to paint. I'm going to end up having to paint the Daily Bugle for something to do.
Then paint the Daily Bugle.
I think we can all agree that there's a million things that I'd rather paint than the Daily Bugle. But I think you're right, Silver. I'm going to have to spray paint it and prime it and bite the bullet on this one.
Yeah.
So if we get one more, do we break the record or do we tie the record?
I think we break, don't we?
I don't remember because in the
I
beginning we
think
were
the most
rolling
we've
6.
ever had is 5.
All right, we're holding deep for Will then.
No, I think Will's got something else going on tonight.
How dare they schedule something during paint night?
It happens.
So you know that ogre that comes in Age of Sigmar? It's like $168. It's a one big model. I don't even know the name of it. Oh.
Is it an ogre or is it the
It's a giant.
Troglodyte?
I did the
No, there's a
giant.
Yeah. It's a giant, something like that. But I want to do him the next one that I want to actually do for like putting some effort into it. But these dang things, when you start looking at the price tags, and as fast as I'm painting them, I'm running into like I can spend some dollars, but I'm not going to be able to spend $400 a week on models.
No. There you go. He's on screen now.
Nice.
Was that the spider?
Yeah. That's the Norris head spider. Hang on a minute. Let me get some light.
Spiders have 8 legs, don't they?
I've just got this thing. It's
There
an
they
alien. There you go. You can see some more detail in the face.
Nice.
Alien spider.
Hey,
What planet?
Yep.
It's coming along.
Yeah. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do all the detail work with milliput.
So now,
Yeah,
all this
now I
collection
have,
of these models that you build, Silver, because they're pretty big. What do you do? Where do you put them all?
Let's see. The legs for my Warlord Titan are on my Chester drawer. The arms are in my where all my other supply stuff is. The legs are on the top shelf of one of my shelves. Let's see. My samurai is in my storage area.
Well, I
My
didn't mean specifics.
Nurgle
Like,
Knight and
You asked, you're getting.
I meant
you
like
asked me
how do
where I
you
stored them. I'm
I
telling
meant
you
like
where
I
I
meant like
store
how do
them.
you I should have said is how do you store so many things? You build so fast that you have the same issue. You build so much stuff. I wouldn't know how you'd hold on to all of it.
Well, actually, I'm fixing to start an Etsy store and start selling a bunch of it. I gotta put a new motherboard and CPU in my computer. So, I got that's a little over. That's about $550 right there. So, I gotta do that. I mean, I don't have to, but I need to put a better motherboard and CPU in my computer. Let's say that. Because I just this is the you guys can see it. There's my new camera. I just got my second camera, and I gotta get it to where I'm having both cameras on at the same time on the same stream, same videos where I've got multiple angles. So I've got to buy I saw it today on Amazon. It's called a card disc. It looks like a thumb drive that you just plug in and go to town.
What just happened? He was mid chat and he was going.
Damn. Oh no, so I've got a on my control panel. His devices are not connected currently, so they're still on that bottom part where I have to bring you in from, but it just says devices not connected. So, and I was distracted. I was reading my phone because I've been getting some messages, so I didn't even. I was just listening, and then it was gone.
It's all fun and games till you're talking, and then all of a sudden JD just cuts the cord and you're out.
That's right.
For that entire week, I thought I was just banned from the paint stream. Here, JD was sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Went through separation anxiety for.
All right. Where's my marine? There it is.
It's okay. You don't have to lie. You guys don't have to lie about trying to think that you were actually going to go to the store for me.
I actually did try to get you something.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
I did.
I'm only a dad. It's okay. At some point in my life, I'll remember this, and
I tried to give you.
could be any time. It could be any time now between Sunday, like Easter, when I don't know, you wake up and Easter's gone because I ate all the eggs and all the chocolate's gone already.
Well, the reason why I was at the store, I tried getting you something.
Uh-huh.
Wait, are you living?
No, I'm live. This is all on
Oh
feed.
gosh,
Oh yeah, we're hearing it all.
drama.
It's drama. This is drama. You guys created your own drama. Now leave my cars alone.
Why do you have 2 Cokes?
Because I was drinking 2 sodas. Are we going to judge me on that too?
No.
Okay.
Why do you have
Vamonos.
Why do you have this brown-looking poopy stuff on here?
It's shading.
Does not look like shading. It looks like poopy. Okay, goodbye.
Man,
Kids are throwing a lot of shade.
she's put.
I know.
Yeah, no. Brian's
I
not the only
thought
one.
mine was
shading
bad.
today.
So I just wanted you guys to
Love you, Dad.
picture. You love you too. Picture my world.
Love you more. Okay,
Man.
goodbye. Stop trying to be stressful. Thank you.
All I know is they're disrespecting your door.
That's the garage door. It's an old wooden door. So I want to go through this story before I tell you about the whole door. So it's a good door. It has glass little windows, and it looks over my little pond that I have in the backyard. It's like a beautiful little, perfect old door. My youngest punched through the one glass panel into the oldest one's face like the Kool-Aid man coming through the wall because the one had a bottle of Capri Sun and the other one did not. And she was upset about that.
Always.
Like legit punched through the glass.
Old school.
Nice.
Damn.
Sounds about right.
And it wasn't even like it was worth a fight. It was a Capri Sun.
Hey,
But
that's Capri Sun, man.
it was like right around that same time frame where they were finding like dead rats inside of them and stuff.
You ain't doing that one.
You gotta get your prize.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
All I heard was you ain't doing
Hey.
that.
Oh.
You
No,
gotta get
Russian
your
just
prize.
walked up behind my ear. All right, it looks like Silver's maybe back. We'll see. But I'm going to take a quick break because it's 7 o'clock or close enough. Or at least I'm going to see what Russian wants.
one of those things.
Silver, you okay?
You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I was saying, what part? Where'd I cut out at?
The end.
Mid sentence of
Your computer.
Yeah, you're talking about the computer. $500 for the new pieces,
Okay.
and then
Yeah. So I've got to upgrade my motherboard and my CPU. I have a little one of my USB. Huh?
Sorry, you said motherboard, and the immediate thing that I could think of was just DC Dark Side, or not Dark Side, Steppenwolf. My mother box.
Yeah.
Continue.
Well, one of my USB ports on my motherboard doesn't work, and the only way I could get the computer to recognize anything was I had to plug in a USB port hub. Well, it's like a 4-point hub, and right now both my cameras, well, my webcam and microphone are in one port. My other camera is in another port, and then I have there's another little thing in one of the other ports. So I actually have only one port left. And it did this to me the other day in a live stream, man. It just went zip, blacked out on me. So
Gotcha.
I'm got to do it to where I've got to make it to where my little port, I'm fixing to fix that little fucker.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, guys.
You're fine.
Didn't hurt my ears.
No. Huh?
Didn't hurt my ears.
Yeah, I know, but JD's gonna get mad.
He ain't here, so.
But he's listening.
Yeah, I know. But he's listening. He usually is. I'm sorry I said that.
JD's
Anyway.
Man.
Don't be upset. You did it. We did it. Let's go on. So what else are you working on tonight besides the spider?
Actually, I was a 442, an Olds 442 with a high-rise suspension. I'm trying to I'm reworking the suspension so that I can drop it down to where it's just got a mild lift to it, and I'm gonna put a modified blower engine on the front, and that's what I'm working on. I did y'all have seen Fury Road, right?
No.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Nope.
Greg, I mean,
Nope.
Crickets.
Brian,
Nothing.
y'all have not. Oh my gosh!
What year did that come out?
Is that the most recent one?
A couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most recent one.
I mean, I know of it. I've seen clips and I've
Mad
seen
Max.
reviews and everything like that. So
Give me 30 seconds. I'm going to go spray some spray paint in a closed bathroom so that I can get these painted models, the Daily Bugle, ready to paint.
what about Fury Road? But I haven't seen it, but I know a bit about it, so I might be able to follow.
All right. Well, I've built in the last couple of days. I've built a couple of more cars, or I would say they're not cars; they're trucks.
Right.
I built a harpoon racker truck. It's got two harpoons on. It's got two harpoons on it, and a giant like fork that drops in the ground in the back to create drag. I think there's rules for it in Gaslands.
I'm sure. I know they came out with updated rules. I haven't played those yet.
Yeah, Reloaded.
Right.
I haven't played I haven't played Reloaded yet. Well, anyway, and then today on live stream, and then for a little bit off live stream while I was watching the Beyond Crafter Dome 2 live stream with a few other YouTubers who did this crazy like death race. I was watching that. I finished up my Buzzard excavator truck, which is basically a flat truck armored up with spikes all over it and a excavator on the back. And I had to build I couldn't find an excavator, but I did find a backhoe. So I cut the scoop part off the backhoe off the back and glued reworked it into the front, took the dozer blade off of it, or the scoop blade off of it. I'm gonna use that for another build. And then I spiked the heck out of it. Put armor on it, put spikes on it, built a undercarriage for it so it actually fits in the trucks where you would hook up the tractor, the trailer part.
Yeah.
So it's actually got it actually turns. So yeah, it's pretty neat.
Did you see the new vehicle that GW teased for Necromunda?
The land train.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing's going to be outrageously expensive.
Oh yeah. I mean, considering that you can attach multiple ones to each other.
Yeah,
So-
I think they said that the couple of videos that I watched was like it can have, I think, 4 additional land cars added to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 5 things all together. You know they're going to put that in squats because
Oh,
that was
yeah.
one of the squats big things. Land trains.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have a feeling that bad boy's going to be in there. Oh, please work. Okay. That should help. I just hot glued my USB port hub to the computer.
That'll do it.
Yay.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
You know, and the worst part is I'm sitting here listening to this whole story about everything going on about the USB port, and I almost asked, well, what's that for? I heard the whole story, and I had to think about it twice before I was like, oh my God, I am so like just into the moment of the story / painting. I lose myself.
Right. It'll be okay.
USB port, that sounds important.
Yeah, I need to go to the store and pick up a couple things. I'm out of my, what is this color? Gray Night Steel. I like that one a lot. It's hard finding some of the colors
Right.
again, those. Doesn't help that when I'm out here painting, my helpers
I
come
love
out
this
and
saw.
sometimes they leave the paints open, and I'm too horrible of a person to actually make sure that they're all the way closed, thinking, oh, they're humans. They won't keep doing that. Sure enough.
Oh, they're gonna keep doing it.
Yep. They're going to keep doing it. Ow!
You all right over there?
Yeah, I got me a craft saw last week, right?
And you just said how awesome it was. You just cut your finger off.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It's an awesome saw, but when you're trying to get into a tight corner or a little area, ouch! And you don't got very much to hold on to. Yeah.
I've had that story told me
Sometimes
numerous
tend
times.
to tend to
That's right. That.
saw your finger. But you know what they say, we sweat blood and tears for our hobby. All right, your turn.
Did you say we sweat blood and tears?
JD.
Yes.
Welcome back, JD.
How you doing, JD?
Did you just say JD? That's
I'm a little concerned for you at the moment, to be honest.
Why?
Cutting his finger off.
Because if you're sweating blood and tears, it's not a good thing.
Hey, speaking of, Brian, you know, you talk about my finger.
ooh. What happened?
I was watching a live stream a couple of weeks ago, and the guy who was putting on the stream, he was he basically held a little contest, and I won. And the letter that came with the finger was he mailed me a severed finger in the mail. 2 silver. 2 silver. I don't usually give folks the finger, but you wanted it, so here it is. Enjoy. Box to Beast.
Nice.
So yeah, he was he was showing how to work with what's the foam clay,
Uh-huh.
and he made this finger out of foam clay.
Okay.
But, yeah. Oh no, you don't. All right, that one's free. Come on, get in there. Thank you. I did it! The evil genius inside me is free.
No, Silver's gone crazy.
Gone?
Smoke rocks, Charlie Murphy.
I mean, it's finally starting to, take hold.
Yeah. Probably. All right. I got the suspension cut. It's now instead of being a raised up car, I've lowered it down into regular height. Now I gotta make axles and I make an axle and a drivetrain and sneeze.
Jesus.
Thank you.
Loud. So loud.
Yeah, JD,
I think I just got COVID. Yeah. He gave me COVID.
Not that bad.
That's how close it was.
Uh-huh. Okie dokie, you come here. I need you.
I literally just talked to myself for 5 minutes.
I mean, do you do that regularly?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was muted.
That's
I
2 of us
here,
going crazy tonight.
I just sat here and go, I'm starting to talk about Doctor Strange's new movie, Multi-Universe. I'm like, are we excited about that coming out? And then I go into, talking to myself, answering myself. And And I'm like, why is no one chiming in here about how they're excited about this or not excited about this? So, yeah. 5 minutes went on where I sat there and talked to myself about it. And then I was like, nobody's responding.
I am.
Shun. It was the lighter version of the Shun.
Shun. But I don't know. I'm kind of excited because I like everything Doctor Strange does, or that character. But most of the time, it's like the supporting roles where he's more of my favorite. I want to say.
I think Multiverse of Madness is going to be a good movie.
Now I'm scared.
Why?
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because you thought Morbius was because Silver thought Morbius was a good movie.
No.
I did think Morbius was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
That's
But
not the same
I've
thing.
also enjoyed. No, it's not. But just because I think one movie's good and doesn't mean that, and I think another one's going to be good doesn't mean anything. I've liked a lot of movies where other people were like, eh. You know, and the critics were like, eh. And Rotten Tomato gave it like a 0.9999 -9. You know, and I'm like, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's a good movie.
So, JD, have you seen Morbius now?
No. I'm
I
not
didn't know if
paying
you've
for
seen
that.
it yet.
No, I'm not paying for that. First of all, I don't think. I mean, I like Jared Leto as an actor, but I don't think he needs to be a lead actor.
I agree on that too. Yeah.
He's not been able to carry movies from what I've seen. But that's my opinion.
And why wouldn't they cast me as Morbius? Why do they have to give him another shot? I mean, he was in a DC franchise. He didn't do that great there, and you're going to bring him over to Marvel? Why don't you just ask me? I would have done the acting.
Well, I mean, not that they went from DC to Marvel, but, you know, second chances worked for Chris Evans, Ryan Reynolds, and Michael B. Jordan. So
nobody even knows who those guys are. Come on.
You're right. My bad.
Captain America, Deadpool, and Killmonger.
Ryan Reynolds. He's the guy that owns Mint Mobile, right?
And
Yeah.
and that semi-pro English soccer club.
Yeah.
Is he the guy that plays in that show there, Deadpools?
He's the one that for some reason doesn't like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
They have a horrible relationship.
That's right.
Ryan Reynolds, I know that guy. He torments his kids.
That's right. And wife.
He was the voice of Pikachu.
That's sadly also true.
So you're saying he's been in multiple movies? Where have I been?
I don't know. So did anybody
Stuck in a garage without ice cream.
Did anybody actually watch Adam Project?
Yes.
No, I want to though.
Yeah, I did actually.
I really enjoyed it, but what I was going to say, there was an announcement. I guess there was an announcement yesterday that the kid from that plays young Ryan Reynolds is the new Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
So I'm actually now optimistic about that show because that kid was funny.
Apparently, from what I've heard about their interactions, is that he's like, yeah, he plays a great Ryan Reynolds, and he's not so bad on screen either.
He's not what?
Like the kid who played the younger character version.
Yeah.
All the people that were like they worked with and stuff like that says he plays a great young Ryan Reynolds, and he's not that bad on screen either.
Nice.
Because apparently he was very like, yeah, no, he could easily be related to Ryan Reynolds,
Awesome.
and they're
Huh. Well, then now I have to watch that.
I mean, I was going to watch it anyway because the last time we had a Percy Jackson, it gave us the wonder that is Alexandra Daddario. So, yeah.
Speaking of watching stuff, have y'all seen the third Moon Knight?
Nope, not yet. It's become a after I get home dinner thing from this now.
Yeah, it's
That's all
after stream thing for me.
I saw a meme that was the sequel trilogy. It was Poe, and they're like, "Poe, we got to do something." They turn around, and he's like, "My name's Steve."
Yeah, I saw that one today too. Scotty sent it to me. I'm Steven.
Now I'm having some technical difficulties on the basing of the dragon. Do I go with the grass? Do I just get a little gold point? What's that?
What are you basing it with?
I was thinking of doing some greens to really spice the colors up, but he looks too Easter eggy. Sit in an Easter basket with greens.
Then go brown.
It's an undead dragon. Me personally, I'd make everything underneath him dead. Like he's coming out of a graveyard or that type of thing.
Just do browns and dirt and or black and grays like ash.
Charcoal.
You get one of those bags of skulls and just
dump skulls all over
put
them.
Yeah.
I'll have dreams about somebody opening bags of skulls and dumping them on me now tonight. I'm just gonna be like, skulls everywhere.
Is this a good dream or a bad dream?
Oh, it could be a good dream.
Okay.
I've had a couple whacked out dreams lately, like just over the top.
Oh, when you're done, I got a story.
Go ahead.
I don't want to like interrupt you.
No, my dreams have just been over the top. You go ahead. You do your story.
So, I mean, Brian, you may and Michael, you may understand this maybe a little better. Not trying to say that to throw shade or anything, but I'll be laying in bed while my wife's sleeping, and it's been this year's 20 years, so I know her sleeping patterns, right?
Right.
So I know if like she jerks from a dream or something when she's semi-awake, when she's just rolling over, whatever.
Yes.
So the other night she jerks, right? Like shakes the bed, like almost like she had the dream where you're falling and then you jerk yourself awake. So she jerks the entire bed and I'm like, ooh, what got you? Right? In this adorable half sleepy voice, strawberries. And then she was snoring again.
Oh my God. Did she remember it?
She did not. But I certainly have. So
now, I always remember it.
So I was telling her about it the next day. She's like, I have no idea. But I'm like, why are you dreaming about like deadly strawberries? Like, what's going on?
Of all things to be dreaming about.
Right. So she did it the next night. It wasn't as good, but like the next night she jerks and I'm like, what got you this time? She's like, it's slippery, and fell back. I was like, good grief. Poor thing. But it cracked me up so bad. I don't think I've quite drug it into the ground yet. I still have a few walking past her and quietly say, strawberries. before it's played out.
And you just need to get a box of strawberries, cut up, and put them under her pillow whenever she comes to bed. Just have random strawberries laying around places now, like they're like not tell her you're doing it, but just have like piles of them, like organized in an army fashion, like on the kitchen counter when she wakes up in the morning.
Yeah, she. My wife would just be like, "Cool, thanks for the strawberries."
And then, like each day, the army grows bigger and bigger, and then all of a sudden, it's like colossal strawberry.
Yeah. No, she'd be like, "This is awesome, thanks."
Or you messed the bed up. Why did you mess the bed up?
That's
I don't think I would actually put like strawberries directly on the sheets or anything. I mean, I'd have them in a plate or a tray because I don't want to sleep in strawberry sweat.
Now, strawberry milk, that stuff, that strawberry milk's the syrup.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot have that anymore. It was a game of truth. It was a game of truth or dare in college. That's all I'm going to say.
All I have to say is I've used the entire bottle in one dare.
No, but let's just say they got put on something ample.
You guys aren't going to go put something yucky in my mouth, are you?
And it was a lot. It was they put the strawberry milk syrup on vast tracts of land. Let's just put it there.
Getting nasty.
I don't even.
So much for that's all I'm going to say about that. Why? You got never mind. You know what?
So the other day, So the other day I was at church, and my pastor builds 40K.
Adequate tracts of land. I don't know how to answer that, Silver.
Yeah, I got you.
He's saying adequate tracts. Now, this can be determined as like 4 acres or 2 acres. You know, everybody exaggerates acreage.
Hey.
So my pastor plays 40K.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Dude, he even said we could play at the church.
Dude, I would not play him. What do you think he's done to his dice?
Trap.
He does what? He probably has them blessed and everything. Yeah, he probably has them blessed. And
exactly. I'm not playing somebody who's gonna. I mean, I'm not somebody who's dice and bathed in holy water.
They just stay in the holy
water. Kick-ass Sisters player.
Yeah, if he doesn't play Sisters, I'm gonna riot.
All different things. We've talked about it a couple times, and then when I told him the other day about the stream, I'm like, dude, you should come on, because he's our age. And I go, we try to keep it PG-13, and he goes, oh, and on Wednesday nights, he, they have church and everything. I'm like, well, try to come on in and see what you think. At least it'll be one night where you can talk comic books and just let loose for a little while. And he was like, that sounds great. Now he'll end up watching this and being like, no, not with those people.
Those sinners.
Yeah. You're gonna go back into church. He's like, I'm gonna need you in the confessional right now.
You see all that holy water you have? I'm gonna need you to go swim in it.
Hey.
Yes.
If you're gonna play him, if you're gonna play him at the church, okay.
Well, no, I wouldn't dare do that.
Oh, hold on. Just let me finish. If you're gonna play, first of all, what does he play?
I don't know specifics. I didn't get that far into it. I know that he likes to build and paint.
All right. Well, anyway, so you have to take a full demonic army in there and play nothing but demons.
Well, that's not the place to do that.
That would be the way to go. Sure it is.
how do you win that battle?
It's the
That's like
best place to do.
instantaneous. No, that's like instantaneous. You know, you're poking the bear at the honey pot. You're like, I'm gonna destroy you,
Hey,
and then here comes Jesus with his
hold on a
trident
minute.
or whatever he sits there with.
Hold on a second. Jesus does not have a trident, by the way. That's beside
Yeah,
him.
my
Do you
internet.
know for a fact he
My
doesn't?
internet.
What I'm
Hold on.
saying is,
He could.
oh, I need to reload.
If he wanted one, he could have two of them. Maybe even three.
He was a fisherman. He probably does have a trident somewhere.
I wouldn't doubt that he doesn't keep one in his closet, like his God closet, where you open the door and you're like, "Oh, what do I want to do today?" And he's like, "Rock climbing. Gonna go do some rock climbing. Better get my rock climbing shoes." And then on like Thursdays, he's like, "Out bowling night with the fellas. Here, hold on to this." He's like, that's how I always envisioned it.
Okay. Well, anyway, what I was to say, if you go by what the Bible says, and now we're talking.
Well, we don't have to get
religion,
into it, but yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is, those who gather in my name more than two are in my church. So,
Yes.
church is not a building. That's just a building where they hold the service. So yes, it's not. That would still be a perfect place to play a full demonic armor.
Oh, you got me.
I'd do it. I would do it.
You want to see my shocked face over that statement? Actually, now that I think about it, if he does play Sisters of Battle, run.
Say I know nothing about that game. So what's that?
That's an army for 40k. The Sisters of Battle. It's the one It's one of the two I play. They're space Catholics.
Okay.
Oh, they're all zealotous and burn through the fires of retribution. Oh, dude, it's if he plays Sisters, then maybe he's a super duper zealot, and it might be scary for you. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. Sisters does sound pretty scary.
He will put you in a penitent engine if you win.
There is no winning in that case, is there?
No. No.
No, I don't know. Being in a penitent engine, I think that'd be pretty cool.
I see you more as an
But then again,
arco-flagellant.
Oh yeah, my arms cut off and having electromonostatic whips put on them.
I see most of us as servitors.
Not you. I'm going to Necromunda. I'm going to start a gang.
Do you need somebody that used to have like a body and now doesn't and is fat and sits on the chair and drinks Diet Cokes and Cokes? Hey, let me know. I'll be in your gang.
I mean,
oh, that would be the
servitor. You won't be drinking
no
Coke.
longer available.
It's a game. I'm going to make it available. Okay.
I mean, in the last game JD played for Necromunda, one of his dogs found whiskey in a box.
Hey, Will. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
First you take my hair, then you take my blood. That's my car.
Okay. Somebody just opened something, and I thought somebody else had popped into the stream because that's kind of the noise I get. Like somebody opened a thing of tennis balls. Boom, you know. All right. Are you just okay? Are you hurting? Are you going to try to join us tonight at all, Will?
Back to the record.
I hope he's okay.
You know what I just thought of?
What?
No.
For some reason in my head, this ended in half an hour. I forgot we have a whole hour and a half left.
He's always trying to get rid of us.
Just me.
Now, are you on Twitch right now too?
Yeah.
So how many total viewers do you have on streams right now?
Currently, it says there are 5 people currently watching, but I don't know what platform that is or if it's a combination of all the platforms.
Okay.
Oh, how are you doing in said tourney? Although if you have a buy, that may be answering my own question.
Yeah, that's interesting.
What kind of tournament is that?
My Hero
My Hero
Academia,
Academia.
card game.
Oh, okay. Shows how hip I am with all the modern terms.
It'll be okay.
Oh, wait till one of your girls becomes a weeb. You'll know. You'll learn.
What is that, like Justin Bieber fan club?
No, it's an anime person.
Oh, they love anime books.
Manga.
Yeah. I'm like, man, I love written TV shows. You mean books?
What are these box you keep talking about? It's pronounced books. Whatever.
In my day.
Oh my gosh. I need something here. What do I need?
So I'm bringing this whole squad with on April 31st and throwing them over there into that box. It's my goal.
What's
April
April
31st?
Or 30th.
Weird. Shows up here for the contest. It was just announced.
What kind of contest?
Painting contests.
Oh.
Seems like every time I get the painting bug, there's nobody doing them, and then I get the painting bug, and then
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my computer today. I'm only hearing half of what anybody's saying at any given time.
Oh, we've just planned to mess with you.
Oh, fair.
We're only speaking
Every word.
Other doesn't take that long to say, Brian.
Dude, what was that?
She just growled at me, I think.
Oh, I like those. Those are cool. I think that's what we're gonna use. Where's my clippers? Where you at? Where'd you go? There you are, you little son of a. Mm.
Every other word.
So is that the new big thing? Is now is my hero? Is that the kind of the big game?
It's the new hotness. I wouldn't call it big yet. I mean, or at least locally, it is getting some good traction across the country. But we're working on it. There's the second set comes out. I can't think of the name. Like in 2 weeks, I think, or at least we have a pre-release
Yeah.
for it in 2 weeks.
Pre-release into the month, and then beginning of next month.
Do the cards have value?
Yeah.
I mean, does anything really have value?
Well, that's a really good point when you're talking about the Magic and cards and everything like that. They are just cardboard.
I mean, I can
Sorry.
go on to some existential questions here and conversations.
Sorry, I had to mute Silver. The dremeling was pretty loud. Sorry.
Sorry, muting again.
That's fine. Got me some control. Oh yeah.
Do they have value? Not super. Depends on the card. Most of them, a good majority of them, are relatively cheap, and that's one of the reasons why the game is so popular. Is because you can get into the game buying singles and not break the bank.
See, remember, Black Lotuses and Dual Lands weren't expensive either.
Right. Now they are, but now there are a few cards that are a bit more expensive. Can cost you anywhere, a play set of them might cost you $120, if not more.
And then there's my play set.
Yeah. Which, speaking of which, if you ever decide to sell those, Barry has offered to buy them.
Okay. Does not Barry already have them?
No, he does not have the XRs.
Well, if I decide to sell them, I'll go to him first. But I want, plan is to hold on till they're, hopefully, if this, doing that gamble thing, right? Like Brian was saying, Black Lotus and Dual Lands weren't.
Right.
Now they are. So these would be the cards that did it. Or Frigid Heatwave. We'll see.
Or did they overprint it?
What cards are you talking about, JD? They're your play set. What is that?
So every card in this game has the potential to be what they call a secret rare, which is or sorry, not a secret rare, extra rare.
Extra rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there are 2 secret rare cards, and even those have the potential to be extra rare, which gives them different foiling and all that stuff. And I have acquired a play set of one of the 2 different cards, which is 4 of them.
Oh, cool.
It's got kanji running down the side.
Nice.
It's right now, last I looked at, each one is valued, not saying it actually has that or I'd get it, but they're each valued right now on TCG for, last I looked, it was at $250 each.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Not bad.
How much are packs of those cards to buy?
$450.
How many packs have you opened?
I'd say all said and done, I've opened for probably 4 boxes. But I traded one with Greg for one of them. And then the other one I stole from my son.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they've gone down in price, at least what people are selling them, because market price is still $230, but they've been selling for like $120. But with Set 2 coming out, Midoriya 2 coming out, other characters, that can change the market value of it as well.
Yeah, but like, for the first month, they were sitting at like $400-500.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm just gonna set them aside, and maybe one day they buy me a house, or one day hold my drink so it doesn't get my coffee table wet.
Right. Or one day JD will actually play the game.
JD's already played. JD's already played the game. JD's already played the game. Doesn't mean I have to again.
True.
You don't play it? Hit My Hero Academia.
I have a love-hate relationship with TCGs. I mean, I love the concept of them, and I like playing them. What I don't like is playing them in a tournament setting constantly. And I don't want to completely burn myself out of them so that I never want to play it again. So I'll play a couple tournaments here and there, but then I'll stop for a while so I don't just give up.
Right.
I think
Really
the only
that's understandable.
I think the only card sort of game that I had to was constantly wanting to play all the time was that Star Wars Destiny game.
Ain't that the one with the dice?
Yeah. But then they killed it, so what do I know?
And that one baffles me. I mean, I understand it's Star Wars, but it's also a dice game, and I know how much you hate dice games.
Yeah, but that was fun. I think for me, one of the reasons why I didn't get into it really is it reminded me too much of Dice Masters. Absolutely, on the surface, I can understand that. Playing it uses any relation or
right.
Yeah.
Oh no, I watched y'all play it and stuff like that, and I understand it's not Dice Masters. I think just for my own sake, it was.
Yeah, no, I absolutely get it. Like I said, I was hesitant at first because we all went so heavy into Dice Masters for a second, and then, but I should have seen that coming. It was WizKids, but
I still get letters, emails from them telling me they miss me.
WizKids?
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, WizKids misses you, and I'm like, okay.
I'd be like, I didn't know you knew me like that.
Yeah. There's only one game that makes me feel bad for not playing it. And that's Epic 7 because they give me a little sad Archie face and it makes me feel bad. I'm like, Archie misses you a lot. I'm like, oh shit, I'm sorry, Archie.
I don't think I've not played Epic 7 long enough to get that message.
Yeah, I'll just plain straight forget to log in and do stuff, and then like 2 or 3 days will pass by and I'll get that message like, oh, I should go do something. Mostly because I don't want to get kicked out of the guild.
Right. Does that mean you swung today in Guild War?
No. I don't think so. Maybe. Look, it's been a while. Like Guild War was yesterday.
Nope. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
See, I'm still thinking today's Tuesday.
But tonight we're getting actually the update that happens here in a minute.
Yeah.
That's the good one. I'm gonna have 5 and then like 2 pulls away from a 6th free 4 or 5 star light darks.
And it will all be the same person.
Oh, I'll get 5 Watcher Shuris, I'm absolutely positive. But there's that off chance I could get one of the ones I need, like RB.
Right.
So if you add things to the model bases that aren't specific to the model, does that become an unplayable figure, or is that still okay?
That's fine, as long as it does not alter the model's silhouette. As far as how high it is on the base, how far it sticks out, if that makes sense. But if you're putting like grass or like you did on your troll,
Yeah,
that was fine. That was absolutely 100% fine and legal for tournament play.
gives them a little bit of flair. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking about adding different like body parts, like I forgot, was it Greg or Michael that was saying Michael said it about building the using your other parts for bases and making a little bit more flair, a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all. Like I said, as long as it doesn't change the height or the general silhouette of your model, you're fine.
And that's I guess the silhouette, because there's various ways of building different models, like the big dragon that I'm working on.
So what I'm meaning is, as long as you're not making it's called modeling for advantage. As long as you're not making the model so that it can hit other opponents or, shoot or do anything better than it was originally designed to do. So like if you raised it 4 inches, so now all of a sudden it can see over a wall, or if you extended the wings 3 more inches, so now you could hide it behind a wall, but it could still see around it. You know what I mean?
Oh no, this thing got extended, like you could touch across. It didn't get extended on purpose.
No, I'm saying that's what they're talking about when you mess with a base, like people will put rocks and cork on their base and it'll raise it up like a third to a quarter, like a quarter to a third of an inch, and that's okay. It doesn't drastically change the model. The model's still going to be hidden behind a wall the same as the other one. But if they put it on like a 4-inch high one, then it becomes an issue.
I understand that. See, like the dragon has I want to say a flesh eater that gets mounted to him.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my idea is, why does it have to be on his back? Can it not be mounted to his wing? And why does it have to stop at one being mounted on the dragon? But
because, well, that's different. Because it has, like, its rules are based on it having one rider.
Yes. That makes more sense when we start talking about it. And now that I understand what can and cannot be added, because you have all these little flares here, then you have the next step up flare.
Right.
And then you have the dragon, which is part of this group. And each of them kind of have the same thing going on, but yet it's hard to get the dragon, the undead dragon, to be the same color. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you? Because the dragon's not the same species as these flayers. The dragon's a dragon, and they're riding it. So I went with an undead gold dragon.
Yeah,
No,
no,
I
that's,
guess. Go ahead.
that's fine. It's just as long as you were saying, it's as long as it's not too much of a difference of the model, you'll be fine. But that's also if you're playing, competitive and stuff like that. So
But if you were getting a team like this together for competitive play,
right.
if you were doing that and they're supposed to be the same colors, or can the teams be different colors, but you have to integrate it, because that would be the hardest part. Is it's an integrated model, but yet it's a totally different creature because the guy's riding it. It's part of the.
So you have your army colors, but just because the gold dragons don't have to, your dragons don't have to be the same color as your army, because they're just mounts. Like if I'm running Imperial Guard Rough Riders, which are guys on horses, and I paint their army to be pink and purple, I don't have to paint the horse pink and purple. The horse can be black.
Okay, that's what I was kind of wondering, is if it had to be.
Now, if the horse had armor, then that armor would most likely want to be pink and purple.
That makes a little more sense. Never claimed to be a smart one. But no, I need to get another box of these flares, because the dragon has another variant without anybody on it, and then the other guys that I'm doing, they have a variant without flyers. So
Word.
just too many possibilities, and now it's going to be hard. I'm sure I'm going to have a hard time finding this army, a second one of them.
I mean, I can order you one.
Oh, you can order them in whatever armies there are.
Was it a start collecting?
It was a. Let me grab the box. Ugh. See, like I said, I got up and I made an even louder sound about it, just so you guys all knew I was standing up. Is they start collecting Flesh Eater's quartz.
Yeah. If I don't have one on the shelf, I can absolutely order it.
Now, I guess the question that I have pertaining to when you play in a game in Age of Sigmar, does it make sense to stretch an army that large? Is there armies that play that big or of the same, I want to say, species, or is it armies like that and then you pair it together with something else? I mean, I don't know enough about it.
No, you'd play a Flesh Eater Quartz army. Just like 40K. Like, sadly, Michael there can't take his Tyranids and then go ally with some Space Marines. His whole army has to be Tyranids.
Okay. I guess that answers that question too. So no matter what the army is, you're in that army. You're not playing Tyranids and Marines. You're not doing Flesh Eaters.
Well, so Age of Sigmar is a little different. I don't know the current rules for it, but I'll have to find out somehow. But you can sometimes ally in different units of your order. So like your Order of Death or Armies of Death or whatever being Flesh Eater Courts, you can probably have units of Night Haunts in there and other
like
Ossiarch
the Talon
Reapers.
I could probably use like what is that? The Dexessia, Dexcessa. She could probably fall in under the undead.
I don't know who that is, unfortunately. Like I said, I don't Age of Sigmar a whole lot, so.
Well, crap. Maybe I'll just paint this set. Then I'll go to something. Mike, what do you want me to paint? Do you want me to be Marines, or do you want me to pick another?
You can pick whatever you want.
Well, we need to be able to fight each other. So that's the.
We can still fight no matter what you pick.
Yeah, you could take Tyranids and fight each other.
I don't always look like I'm copying off of him. Gosh, but they are pretty cool.
Yeah. Then we can help each other with the rules.
That's a good idea. I'll pick up some Tyranids this next week when I sell my other when I go to the plasma center and the sperm bank.
Don't mix those up.
No, you don't want to mix those up. It's a different
Wow.
cup.
Wow. What a way to come back into the video.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
part
like-
of his.
I
That's
had a-
half of his errands.
Come back in with the video.
Yeah, so I had a phone call I had to make. So I muted everything, and I come back
can even
into
s-
sperm bank and plasma donation.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how
Wow.
much you could make selling those things, and I don't do
40K.
anything ever.
40K
So that's I'm
is a hell
thinking
of a drug, is all I'm saying.
40K is a hell of a drug. I'm gonna have to start finding something to sell.
You got kids?
So you go sell your
Nobody's
you go
buying
sell
my.
your-
Nobody's.
your-
No, but they've got
Hey,
4 kidneys combined, is all I'm saying.
Well, that's. Hey kids, we're going to. What country's allowed to just take them out?
Mexico.
We're going to Mexico. No, I couldn't dare sell theirs. Maybe I'd get rid of one of mine.
I mean, you can get a few grand for each testicle.
Really?
Yeah, I think they go for like 3 or 5 each.
5 to be exact.
There you go.
5. I
Do you
know.
get, like,
I
a
know.
Do they pay for?
No.
You know what? Never mind. That's a question I have to ask later.
What?
No,
I didn't
I'm
know
just
if-
curious if they.
I was- I was just gonna ask if downstairs
it's a
paid for us.
surgical procedure called. No.
Okay.
Surgical procedure called an orchiectomy.
Oh, we got orkies.
Sounds not fun.
Yeah,
that
it's
mean-
moving your orcs.
You know what? That's bad for my wife because now I'm gonna wog every chance I get. She's gonna look up at me like,
Don't
"What are
tell
you
her
even
what I said.
doing?"
Dude, you can sell. There's people there. They buy feces. I looked up all of these things that you could sell for 40K. It said that specifically. Things that you need to do to be able to provide for your 40K habit. But no, there was an honest. We were looking up dumb things that you can do for money, and literally, like you can make almost like 100 grand just by selling those 3 fluids a year.
Your feces
you're over
is a
6
fluid.
Well, bodily fluid, I mean.
I was gonna say you need to change your diet.
But
It-
they
it
do it
can't-
for
Brian, it can't all be soft serve in, soft serve out, buddy. I'm sorry.
dude, the ice cream. It's the ice cream. You're ruining it for me. Did my wife get to you? Did she try to tell you she wants that Brian back from the
Hey.
picture?
Hey, you ain't gonna go. You know, it's not like you see in the movies. They're gonna go. You're gonna go in. They're gonna take a pump. They're gonna stick it down, and they're gonna. Nope. No, thank you.
Wait, we're still talking about the
What?
are we talking about the orcs still, or like I just lost myself here.
I figured they just used a melon baller.
Well, I can tell you what they used to put him on the shelf at my house.
A melon baller?
Nope. My wife walked right up and said, "These belong over here now." Ripped them off, put them on the mantle, and said, "I can borrow them at times when she's not telling me what to do."
Well, that's just that's putting a ring on it.
So
Yeah,
technically, I
uh-huh.
don't have mine. What's unless I ask for them.
It's 8 o'clock. I get a break.
What? You had like a 4-hour break today.
Shh. Don't worry about what I be doing. I'll be right back.
Giving him a hard time. He's like, son of a bitch.
Mhm.
No, so yeah, I'm gonna start selling those things. Like no joke. I didn't realize you could make that kind of money. Just mail it in. Just mail it.
You don't mail it in.
Just mail it into 40K. Just say mail it. I just mail it to the people who make 40K and be like, do what you must with this. Now send me my models. All in the same box.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. You're going to get a cease and desist letter.
All in the same box, Silver. You might not. You never know. Different countries have different things. And isn't it Germany where they have Games Workshop?
No.
No,
Where are they from? Oh, in that case, they don't.
You'll be dealing with merry old England.
In that case, the Queen and I, she understands.
Oh my God.
Man said it's okay. He's tight with the Queen.
Oh.
Now send him his models.
Do the max.
Each week you get a new box of models and you're like, I just send them this and they send me models. So the next week you send them a bigger box. The next week you get more models, right? And it turns out they're just trying to tell you to stop. And they just they're more impressed at the amount of yeah. The amount of products they are receiving. They're like, this can't be from just one person. Oh my God. Then you get your cease and
You
desist.
okay over there?
Yeah. But I yeah.
You're going to get a cease and desist.
Please stop sending us this, Sarah. Second off, you have some health concerns. This is why I like painting. Get it all out there. I don't think I laughed like that for a while. That's the best part. I also have a hard time determining which figures that you go full detail on.
Whichever one you
Characters.
feel like you should.
That's a dilemma too. I don't know if anybody else has that issue.
Nope.
Where
I'm just painting the play.
well, Michael, I've seen some of your painting, and your painting is really nice. So,
Well, thank you.
He does a very good quality tabletop standard.
That's what I'm aiming for. Sometimes I get carried away, but
but that's what I'm saying is what model sucks you in, where you start looking at it and you're like, this model is going to demand hours of attention, and then you look at it's like.
Usually, people try to go like my rank and file, just Space Marines,
Right.
I'm not going to pay that much attention to. Like, this is all contrast, and there's parts of them that are still not shown or whatnot. But like, to me, that's just good enough to put on the table and have color. But when I go to paint this guy, he's a little larger, so I'm going to want to paint a little bit more, pay a little bit more attention to him, but still not put too much detail in. But when I finish putting together this model, it's going to be an actual diorama with multiple smaller characters like this around it. And so I want to paint more attention to this in terms of detail and everything like that. Like, I haven't finished, like, none of the stuff is glued on because I want to hit that up and paint that very nice. And then paint, like, I paid attention, like, go and finish the armor there because it sits like this on the structure. And then this one's falling ahead of it like that. And there's going to be people around it and behind it. So there's going to be multiple models. So I'll probably spend a good amount of time on this entire model because that's a named character. And that's generally how people divvy out the detail is the higher the character is in terms of like stats, or not stats, but section in your army. So like HQ and larger models will get more detail.
So you actually have things that you are, and that's kind of how I feel, is if going through the bigger ones and the little ones are just so tedious to make that way, they don't really get the attention that the rest of the game gets. But yet I don't want them to look just goofy, and then you get to yourself as they're so teeny. When you do try to force paint them more than 2 or 3 colors, then it all kind of runs together and looks goofy anyway.
The other thing is also you got to think of when you're painting an individual model, they don't look that great. But so like this model's not finished, so it looks a little weird. But also, she doesn't have any base on her. But all I did was just add some green flock to this, and that green just adds a little bit more to the model and makes it look better. So when you add her and you put others that have the same color scheme with her, it all of a sudden starts to look like a cohesive army.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Just turn it to your thumb, move it towards your thumb side. Other way. Here we go. Oh, yeah.
So, like, all the models are going to look.
They have a little bit of each.
And you have them all together on the table versus just by themselves.
Right.
But then you got like this character who is a warpsmith. I'm going to probably spend a lot more detail on him because, like, his robe is just a bunch of wires that he has. So I could, in all of these tendrils that he has, so I could spend a base time. I could just do a metal color, like a lead belcher, and then wash it and be done. but I want to try to put some details on all that ridges, those different hooks, and raised up areas just to give him a little bit more depth.
I understand that's the hardest. That's one of the other hardest things is to give it that feel that it's not just a model, that it's real.
Right.
We know they're models. Obviously, I'm not. But when you look at it, you want it to feel like it could be more than that. It's an imaginary creature, but you want it to feel as real as you can make it.
Right.
And that's the other part is, all the ghouls that you have and the little flesh eaters, your file and ranks, they shouldn't all look the same. They should be in, the same kind of body styles, but everybody's standing a different way, everybody's moving a different way. And they're not all. That's what I like about the models. They're not all standing in line like soldiers waiting to die.
Right. And some people will do, they'll paint certain aspects of their model based on identifying squads. So, like, Perkins has got all of his pink that he's or purple that he's adding, but he could easily add, like, for his base troops, if he wants to separate them so we can identify the termagants from the different squads, he can have purple and blue, and then purple and red, and then purple and orange, or something like that. Even if it's just the color of their gun is different, that helps them identify which squad is which.
Okay. See, like the adding of weapons into the hands of things and stuff like that. You can't do that either, can you?
So each model is going to, or each unit has different weapons that they can take. So, like, these are pre-built models, or they only have one standard. But this is, even though I put the Sister of Battle helmet on, or head on. So even though this is a Chaos Space Marine, this is also a Chaos Space Marine. But this one has the bolter option, this one has the bolt pistol and chainsword option. So they can be in the same unit together, they just have different weapon loadouts. But generally you want to try to keep a squad together of similar. So I want a squad that's all bolters and a squad that's all chainswords. So I know this is my melee version, this is my ranged version. But typically, like, if your model can't take a plasma pistol, you don't want to give it a plasma pistol because that gets a little bit confusing. But there are ways around that.
Did I miss anything
Facebook.
awesome?
A million things.
Boo.
We talked about some rules stuff.
On that one? Oh, that's probably the D&D group.
Because it's saying you're online.
Right, I'm always online on Discord. It just keeps me online because my phone's on.
So it stops popping up. I thought somebody was like trying to hack your computer.
No, you gotta turn off the notifications for it.
Oh God! We were supposed to catch that. I'm sorry.
How was this?
I guess I'm free now, right?
Oh my Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that makes sense then. So you can use the other model pieces on the bases and throw them in there like it's doing something.
Oh yeah. Like you'll also have people who will model. It's not, JD said for like modeling for advantage or whatnot, but you'll have people who will put, this is not modeling for advantage or whatnot, but let's say you've got your like, Perkins has got his Tyranid model. There are people who will take Space Marines, drill a hole through them, and then put them on the tentacles of his Tyranids, so it looks like the Tyranid has impaled them.
And you can do that.
And you can do that just fine.
Dude.
I had a Rhino one time that I had this weird, like, messed up Space Marine. So I picked it like an Ultramarine, threw it on, and it looked like it was the Rhino just like smashed into it because one of my buddies was playing Ultramarines.
See, and that's why I come here. I learn something new every time.
That's the goal. That's the dream.
And just 9 easy payments of $9.99. You too can
learn.
All right, those 3 won't look ridiculously out of place next time I play.
Get them painted.
Learn to magic.
Well, I have them base colored.
Gotcha.
So they'll at least like not stick out like a sore thumb, but they'll still stick out.
Right. I was hoping when we got in our round 3 or matches.
Do what?
Today.
Huh? I can't understand things.
I was saying I was hoping we had gotten our, people get to choose their matches today.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I wonder if he's waiting for Bruce to like update his list.
Probably.
Wait, I don't want to do that yet.
What's a good brush for feathering? So I try it and it just ends up more of a solid line.
For feathering?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
Like, here. I'll get an example here.
Let me make you big.
Oh, it's gonna take me a second.
Magic button. Make my Perkins big.
Will says he didn't update his gang after y'all's match either.
I'm alive.
Oh, probably need to do that, Will.
All right, let's see here. Let's have the oranges. I don't know if that's a clear enough picture on it.
It's having a hard time focusing.
Man, if you can see what the orange is.
Yeah, on top of the purple or blue, I'm fine.
No. Purple, but.
Put your hand behind the figure.
Do you have autofocus?
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think you've got autofocus
It's
on
just,
me.
I don't. I assume it did it by itself.
Are you talking about making
Can't
like
really
the
tell.
Are you talking about making the edge like with the lines and stuff?
Yeah.
So Will just suggested an old crappy brush that has a randomness to it. Honestly, my suggestion, because that's what I was kind of thinking you were meaning, would be it's all about brush control, to be honest.
Okay.
Like,
So I just suck.
no.
Trust me, you're good.
But like, if you're doing all the edges of that carapace, then yeah, if you can find or even make an uneven brush, that could help you. But also just getting a super fine lined, layer brush and just taking your time and finding a technique that you think looks cool and works for you would work too. It's going to be trial and error, probably, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I've tried it on 6 models so far, unsuccessfully. In my opinion, unsuccessfully. But,
Wait a minute. Are you trying to do where you got a little bitty lines on it, or are you trying to feather that orange into the purple? To where they fade
where you get the
into each
lines
other?
on the edges.
That's
I don't have a good example.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's you need any type of, like Jay say, find a brush that you're comfortable with, and just pretty much just start drawing your lines on there. Because that's what a lot of people do with the
I went on
the
to
pyramids.
Facebook on
They
my
draw
phone
those lines
to look at the picture and view Mike's.
Mine just when I try to draw it, they all end up merging together. So
then in that case, you're going to want a lighter touch, or
okay.
If you're finding your lines are merging, that means too much pressure is going on your brush, and so it's splaying out the bristles.
Mm-hmm.
So I would honestly okay. Hold on one second.
Will said dry brush it in if you want it blended.
That's if you want the blended. Okay, so let me find something I can show you on. You know what? I can just use this. This will work. Okay, so white is not going to come out. We're going to use this blue. And then, of course, there we go. All right. So here's my suggestion, right? And you can tell me if I'm not even talking about the technique you want.
Okay.
Right, so I've got my artificer layer brush, right? And we're going to pretend this top right here is the edge of a Tyranid carapace.
Okay.
I bet if this is the edge, I bet you're doing this, right? Like coming down, trying to make a point, and then coming to the edge.
Yeah.
All right. I would get a little bit of paint on your brush. I don't know if you can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'd even remove some of the paint and then push on the edge and quickly pull back. That's a bad example, but that's going to get more of that probably feathering, because you can use that and you can even control it a little bit more, bring it wider if you want by pressing harder. And I'm just doing bad examples, but that try that technique as opposed to starting at the top and bringing it to the edge like that. Although that could work too. That way you'll have a little bit more control as far as making the lines linear. Or,
Mm-hmm.
but see, even that one, I put too much pressure on the beginning. But I think for feathering, starting at the edge and just there you go, like bringing it up will maybe,
Right.
and then you can always clean it up with the purple if you want to, outline it again. Now, the other thing Will was talking about edge highlighting. Are you only doing that where the cracks are of the carapace?
No, just along all the edges is what I was doing.
Okay. So edge highlighting is like this, right? You get a little bit more paint on your brush like this.
Mm-hmm.
And you still don't want too much on it. And then you don't even use the tip of the brush, you use the side of the brush, and you just run it along the edge like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've been doing that. That's what I did tonight even.
Okay. There, he's got battle scars.
There's also called the technique that I use. It's called scribbling.
It's called what?
Scribbling.
Also a valid tactic.
We'll spend 30 minutes looking for the stupid number.
Like, whose number?
No, I'm trying to find a piece on a screw and I can't find it.
Oh no.
It's not like I can't find the piece. I know what the piece looks like. I can't see it, but I can't find the number it's supposed to be associated with to see if I cut it off. And I've looked on all the pieces and I can't find it.
I wonder if you got that one sprue back from the day that had the jacked up numbering system. Do you remember that? Because you're working on your old Chaos, right?
No. Now I'm working on St. Catherine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't even realize there was a numbering system. The first few models I made, some of them look all jacked up and they don't, sit on the base right.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I've put together like 17 boxes now. Most of mine don't go on the models. The base is the right way.
Yeah, there's a how to build your model pack that comes with it.
We're men.
They're pretty vague sometimes.
We're men. We don't read instructions.
Ask Will how that turns out with Harlequins, because I did some wonky ass Harlequins back in the day.
You ask Will.
I don't need to ask Will because I sold it to him.
You don't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad.
No, but
I haven't made Greg go, wait, what? In a while, so I had to do it. Oh, by the way, Greg, your thing kicked
Where
ass.
the heck did Silver go?
What?
Where the heck?
I'm right here.
Oh my gosh. I was like,
what? Kickback? What?
Your thing you sent kicked ass.
Oh, okay.
The what?
I'm vague booking for a reason.
Yeah. He said that, and I was like, what? Confused. Okay, good.
That's what I was going to do tonight. Crap. All right, let me hurry up and finish this, and then I have 20 minutes to put her together. Or else I'm not ready for Monday.
20 minutes. 20 minutes to put who together?
Rogue.
Oh.
Rouge.
The Rouge.
Mrs. LeBeau.
Amy's girlfriend.
It's probably where the name Remy came from for my child.
Probably. You don't know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much of anything, but it's REMI.
Which I've always thought is an awesome name.
She is definitely a Remy, though. Holy cow.
She blows things up with playing cards.
She's a wild woman. She is very energetic.
I found it.
Yay.
I was looking on the wrong sprue.
Boo.
Because, you know, when
haha.
one sprue has 56, 55, 50, 52, 53, 51, 57, obviously you look at the sprue that has 87, 82, and 61 for 54.
You obviously do if you don't find it in 3 minutes on the other one.
No, but GW's placement of their sprues makes absolutely no sense.
I would say their numbering makes no sense. Like, you can have something in the rule book go, or in the instructions go, all right, here you need 51, 52, 53, 82, 45, 62. It's not that hard.
Right.
All right.
I'm more on the line of
Ladies.
If all of these parts of a model go together, why aren't they close by?
Because it might not fit in the mold that way.
Wish.
Because that would make things easy for people. That would make things easy. Government don't make anything easy for us. You ought to know that by now. Ah!
It's about that time where my cereal craving kicks in.
Wait, did they? Ah, those sons of guns. I'm not a fan of AMG's new. There's how you put your model together.
Yeah, no.
Now, granted, literally they're good about I can take 1, 2, 3, 4 and put them together in order, but. All right. But she has a whole ass explosion. What is she coming out of? Is this like a well?
No, it's Sentinel.
All right. Oh, I don't need to be big anymore. Oh, yes.
Yeah, no, I showed you that.
No, I know. I didn't know, like, this is actually a good reason I can use this one that I vowed to never use again. Because I'm not going to be actually gluing onto the
grate.
Yeah, that grate.
Yeah.
How many different factions are there, like, I want to say, in Warhammer?
I don't know about fantasy, but I can give you the rundown for 40K.
How many are in 40K?
A lot.
So, like the large factions. Like
It's a good rundown.
All right, so you have the Imperium Man, You have you have Imperium, Xenos, and Chaos. There you go.
I mean, yeah, if you
Now I'm
lowest
being a
common denominator it.
Yeah, now I'm being a jerk and giving you. Okay, so the Imperium is made up of the Imperium of Man, which has multiple factions underneath it. Xenos just means alien, and it's any faction that does not belong to either Imperium or Chaos. That includes the Tyranids, that includes the Orcs, the Tau, the Eldar, the the Eldari, the Drukhari, the Necrons, all of them. They do not work as a single faction. They cannot ally with each other, save for a few. But they are just considered to be basically the hodgepodge group. All of them fit under Xenos. Or Xenos.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Is under those 4 bigger ones, you can't play them together either.
No. So, getting close, or I'll get to that. And then in Chaos, you have typically the Chaos Demons, and then the you have the material side of Chaos and the immaterium side of Chaos. So for Chaos, immaterium side, you have the Demons, which has 4 factions. Technically, the 5th faction now. And then under the Materium, you have the Chaos Space Marines and all of their factions, the Chaos Knights and all of their factions, and then technically Renegades and Heretics, which are another faction. But you can ally and run armies together. So, like, the Chaos Demons can work together, the Chaos Demons and Chaos Space Marines can work together, and Chaos Knights can work with the Demons and the Chaos Space Marines. There's just a ton of other rules that go along with it. You lose access to certain rules. Because of a current update, if you're taking from one sub-faction, you can't take an ally of a different sub-faction of within. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I don't want. How complicated do you want me to get?
We're listening. I mean, it's.
Well, no. JD and Silver know this.
See, I know nothing.
So, okay, we'll go with the Imperium because they're the sort of easiest to understand. You have the Adeptus Astartes, which are the Space Marines. And under them, you have, was it 12, JD?
12 what?
Space Marine chapters.
10.
10 Space Marine chapters.
Well, there were 20, but 10 fell to Chaos.
I'm just doing Imperium at the moment.
No, I know. That's why I'm.
Yeah. There were 20 Space Marine chapters. 10 stayed with the Imperium. 10 went to Chaos. So you have 10 different chapters.
Wrong. No. There are 2 excommunicated that nobody knows what happened to.
You have 10.
Let's not get confusing yet. Come on.
Holy crap. My mind's blown.
I asked how complicated you want me to get, and you said go for it, so...
You're doing it. Then 2 other people are missing.
So, to run... I'm not going to run through the different chapters. There's just 10 of them. They each have their own... Either they belong to one codex, which is one book that you need to play, or there are 4 that have their multiples that have their own different versions. You have the Inquisition, which include minor models. They're not really a full army. They just have models that you can run with other Imperial armies like Assassins and Inquisitors and stuff like that. You have the Sisters of Battle, which JD and I own. They are nuns with guns. Let's say guns with nuns. Nuns with guns. You have the Adeptus Mechanicus, which is if tech support decided to get really angry and send all their murder robots at you. You have the Imperial Guard, which is normal dudes and girls in World War II flak armor, like modern day armor, fighting against all of these eldritch horror abominations of space. They have
With
tanks
massive
and shoot
amounts
ballistic
of
weapons.
tanks.
You have the Grey Knights, which are sort of Space Marines, but not, depending on who you ask. Am I missing anybody for Imperium?
Custodes.
Custodes, which are also like Space Marines, but not, depending on who you ask.
Wow.
They have the Sisters of Silence, which are like Sisters of Battle, but are not, depending on who you ask.
So basically, be careful who you ask.
Right. Then switching over to Xenos, you have the Orcs.
So
and
pause for 1 second, Greg.
Okay.
Question.
Answer.
So, like the Space Marines that you get out of a kill team, let's say my Octavius.
Your Octavius, yes.
So those Space Marines, can I play them singly with other Space Marines, or is that pretty much done?
So those models do not belong to a particular faction. You choose which Space Marine or which particular chapter. You choose what chapter you are playing, and then those models are that chapter. Now there are certain weapons and abilities and stuff like that, and limitations depending on the chapter. JD Space Wolves, for example, might not be able to take certain models just because of what his book tells you.
Okay.
But you could take say for Blood Angels, Space Wolves, Dark Angels. What's the fourth one, JD, I'm missing?
Space, Black Templar.
Black Templar,
Black
and Death Watch. You could take any of the other. Death Watch is not a chapter. That's something completely different. But you can take some of the others and run them. So there's like Ultramarines and Salamanders and Imperial Fists. I was about to do a faux pas. The Imperial Fists and stuff like that. You can take the same models and say, today I'm playing Salamanders and I'm using the Salamander rules. Tomorrow I'm playing Imperial Fists and I'm running the Imperial Fist rules. The next time I'm running this chapter and running these rules. Doesn't mean that those models are going to perform as well as they did in another list, because the faction that you're switching to may not have abilities that are geared towards the models that you have.
Well, that makes more sense, though.
You used to be able to take factions, and as long like when you build your army, you used to be able to do what was called Imperial Soup, and that is to say, I have these guys from the Salamanders, and these guys from this chapter, and these guys from this chapter, and all sorts of stuff, and there's a reason why you never have nice things, because people took that and abused it. And GW said, no more of that.
Shut the hell up.
Oh my.
Yeah. If the question is ever, why does this rule exist in 40K? And it's because some people have abused the rules, and the people who wrote the rules, decided to fix it and take everyone's toys away.
No, that's not why I was Omaying, though.
Oh.
We know why you were Omaying.
So
no, that's like what he was saying, the abuse of power in the game. A guy showed up to a tournament with 9 Eldar psychic jets and decimated the tournament. Well,
yeah,
that changed a week later.
I was there. He lives in Pensacola.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that changed about a week later.
Yep.
So as long as it's a Space Marine, you can call it a Space Wolf. You can call it a whatever. As long as it's
with limitations.
Within reason.
I think
Do
that
like I
clarifies
did
it a
and
little bit
paint a
more.
whole
So like
a whole
JD,
Dark Angels army as
the
gay
Space
Space
Wolf book
Marines.
gives him a list of stuff of like it's like it goes, here are the units that you have, and then from the main Space Marine rule book, you can take these units. But if the unit is not within that block of text, he can't take those units and name them Space Wolves.
Okay.
But that's okay. Space Wolves are the best.
Now, do they have all 10 of these factions? Do they also sell them in labeled all 10 different factions?
No, and it's really, I mean, Silver Sword. It's actually 8 per side because I think there were 4 total excommunicado. But and maybe there are 9 each side. I can't remember. But they also did a thing. There's the second founding, third
9
founding,
each side.
and so you can literally paint your army however you want and say they're the sons of Brian Foreman and play them however you want.
Yeah, like so.
Well,
this color scheme that I have for my Chaos Space Marines, I run this color as a group called the Creations of Bile. It's a character by the name of Fabius Bile, and he's genetic alteration. You know, I'm going to do all sorts of fun experiments and whatnot. So they are the creation of him. That's just my paint scheme for his army because his army's never really been a official army yet.
So the next question I have is, so you buy a you buy a set of, let's say, the other one that I'm looking at is like the Death Watch Overkill set. So the Marines and the things that, so the Marines that come in there, if you put them together in a different way than what they come as, like, I mean, can you go to
So real quick, Death Watch Overkill is actually a standalone game that came out years ago.
Okay.
The Marines in that cannot be put together any different way.
Okay.
It is a Death Watch, and they're actually all named guys.
Okay.
See,
I put them all together and did everything, but I have not
the
played
other boxes.
Okay.
Right, but I'm just saying it's different because the reason, if you were getting into Gene Stealer cults, I'd be like, absolutely get that box. But if you're trying to get into Space Marines, I'd say unless you're getting a really good deal, think about it really hard, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Unless you want that game as a standalone play game, which has completely different rules than 40K, which it's a fun game. I have a copy myself, or had a copy.
No, see, and I enjoy the figure paint. Like they had some killer figures in it.
Oh, but yeah, and you'll have a blast with them and all that Gene Stealer cult stuff.
But as I put together the stuff, now that I'm learning a little bit more about actually wanting to actually play the game, I run into this: what do I actually put together and what do I focus on? Because there's so many different teams. In fact, I don't know what to and like what Michael's saying about the Tyranids. Is it just Tyranids and that's it?
Well, I mean, even more so. Like, Perkins, are you painting your own custom paint job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So he's doing it that way, so where he can paint each within the Tyranid rule set. There are the different hive fleets.
Yeah, splinter fleets.
Yeah, and each hive fleet has its own rule set, own special abilities that it gives to the models. So you could paint, like, there's one of them was like Leviathan. And Leviathan has its own paint scheme. This is what Leviathan looks like. So people who play High Fleet Leviathan, a lot of them like to paint their scheme to look like the what you get from the imagery. But you can also paint them however color you want and just call them like I'm playing these as High Fleet Leviathan. The colors don't actually give anything to the models.
Okay.
Like JD's playing Space Wolves. He's painted his Space Wolves to look like Space Wolves because he likes the color scheme.
Mm-hmm.
But despite hurting his sensibilities, somebody who shows up with a complete orange army and plays Space Wolves isn't going to affect the game. It just might hurt JD's sensibility.
Not necessarily true. I am TO.
Okay, if JD does not abuse his power.
Get out.
Yeah.
Dims is not Space Wolf. I'm sorry. Dims is Space Tangerines.
I was gonna say.
Space Panthers.
I was gonna say, did you bring Space Tigers? This is ridiculous.
Yes.
These are not Space Wolves, they're Space Coyotes.
Those would be light orange and red, not orange. I mean brown and red, not orange.
I don't know.
I go with Space Tigers.
If the Space Tigers captain was Captain Exotic, I'd allow it. All right, Greg, you'll be proud of me.
I'm just gonna have to. Why?
Okay. Why would I be proud of you?
I listened to you and avoided the pitfall of Gambit's foot. Good.
So your Gambit's not doing the super lean?
Not yet.
I am about to construct the greatest idea that I've ever come up with.
Oh no.
I'm going to make mega desk in my room here. I'm going to stack another table on top of this table, give it like a top layer where I can stack the figures and actually see all of them lined up like they're going to battle. And then underneath it, like a bunk bed would be set up. I put all the boxes, and then I can have my workspace table right here. I think that's going to happen tonight.
I do, but it's usually because
You got kicked out of the house tonight, didn't you?
Probably for something. I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Well, I don't know who was cussing at you.
That was I have to think back because there was a few. So Rowie was mad at me because I didn't come in and tell Remy she couldn't do another play tonight. So Remy does these plays for us, which we get to do numerous plays, and I know everybody knows what the plays we're talking about. Like the kids like to do like a dancing play, and then all of a sudden they'll do this style play, and then it's we're acting like that's fine. They're enjoying it. But how do I say this the nicest dad way possible? The rehearsal the rehearsal that goes into the play might take 5 minutes. And then we have another 15-minute play where she's doing dramatic laying on the ground, you know.
Yep.
Like I love it. I'm glad that they're trying to be artistic, but I'm like, if you put in a whole evening worth of effort for it, and then tomorrow I come in and watch an hour play that has dialogue and has something where I'm interested in it for more than 30 seconds about the same thing, well, then I'm coming in, we're going to watch the play, and it's different. But they will keep bothering me going, we have another play to do. It's the exact same thing. It's like our artistic dancing where they're laying on the floor, kicking their feet in the air, and I'm like, you didn't practice anything. There's nothing, and I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be mean to them. I enjoy the performances, but you sit there, you're like, you've practiced this for the last 30 seconds. There's no way this is going to be interesting.
Right.
It sounds horrible. It sounds horrible.
Nah, I get it.
I feel you.
All right, so we are at 8:58. I just saw. I'm going to get Remy on his base, right like that. Hopefully he's looking correct. I feel like he's looking. Nope, he's looking good. So Remy's done. Woo. All right, so Greg, there you are. And what'd you get done tonight?
Put together some more of St. Catherine, all of these tiny little pieces. And then move over so you. I put together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 Chaos Space Marines.
Wow. Okay.
And the sad thing is, 4 of them are a model that are apparently going to be removed from the codex that's coming out, and we have no idea what they're about to do with them. So these
What
could
do you
be
mean?
completely useless.
What is that?
The Greater Possessed.
Oh, okay.
Like, we don't know if this is going to be regular possessed size or what, so we'll see. But that's why the reason why they're not on bases.
Gotcha.
All righty. Let's go to Silver.
Silver, what'd you get done tonight?
Well, I built Max's car. Took an old 442, put new suspension in it, added different tires, wastelanded it up, put a super high-rise engine on it, exaggerated exhaust, and added a flechette dropper on the back. And I'm painting Black Widow on the motorcycle.
Cool. Very, very cool. All right. Perkins.
I painted terrain effects with a rupture cannon.
Looks nice.
And almost finished the Toxicrin.
Nice. Gross. I mean, nice.
Thing's wicked.
That's about it.
All righty. And Brian Kuhn, what are you?
I did my flares, so they are my squad goal, I should say, and the dragon and everybody. Let's get a little bit better. There we go. And I shaded everybody so they have a little bit more of that gold look to them.
Nice.
And they all kind of are one team, at least you can tell they're all in the same field. You know, hearing all these different factions and different ways to go, I'm gonna have to start doing a lot more focusing here on who's gonna be what, because now I'm in Age of Sigmar and everybody else is in 40K, so that's next.
Gotcha. Well, we can help you with the 40K stuff. Like there are recommendations for new people getting into the game.
Absolutely. All righty. And then I got a lot done, I think. I got Gambit and Rogue put together. There and there. I've got 1, 2, and 3 Necromunda guys painted up from primer to I'll play them and not feel bad about it. We took the Incarn and got her almost playable before I get some color on her. She's out of timeout. And we started the day putting together this big bad boy. But anyway.
I like that.
But yeah, so fairly productive day. But as always, I thank you guys for being with me.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having us.
Always.
Yeah, and we will see some of you Monday for our next working on the leg. Paint project. And then next Wednesday we'll be here, same miscreant time, same miscreant channel. And
it's like Batman. Nothing.
Anyway, y'all have a great night. And remember, Gamers and Geeks, it is not just a game store, it is a gaming community. Oh, I snuck a 6 in there. Boop. All right. Let's Tyrant Raptor, give me my die. All righty. Appreciate it, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
All right.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night, guys. See y'all next week.